Alright, it is February the 3rd, 21, 4 stocks on the main screen, but I won't be trading with E-Trade today, according to this alert. You know, I did hit the pattern day trader because yesterday, the speed keys, right, I didn't know if the order went through or not. It turned out to be just a very large delay with E-Trade, so what led me to just wanting to execute one trade was two trades, almost three trades, which brought me to 4-day trades under the past 5 daily trades. I can't get too upset because, you know, it wasn't, I did place the order entry more than once, but I thought there was something wrong with it. I didn't purposely want to trade more and think, oh, this play is worth it, I'll just figure it out. No, that wasn't the case at all. So what I did was send a request to E-Trade support if they could pardon the exceeding the PDT, whatever you want to call it. So if I get accepted, that'll be great. If not, I'll just move all my money, almost all my money, to interactive brokers, and then I'll ask to get a margin account there, and I'll be good to go. I can't trade OTCs there, but after 100 trades I can trade OTC. So in the meantime, I won't be able to short. So that means all of the setups, for OTCs and all of the shorts are going to be very, very evident. It's just going to start showing up everywhere. But I just have to work with what I can. Great lessons were learned from that, and I just have to keep going. AREC is a second day stock. I just don't want to trade it right now, although it is putting up higher lows, higher highs. It very well continue the uptrend. Just a bit scary because it is a second day runner. One thing going forward is that it does have very nice support around here. $4 definitely held there. Doesn't mean it's gonna hold forever, but it means that it can hold, and that was probably why it held here and here. So that's pretty good, but no true setups right now. LIZI is a second day stock. A bit of a dip at the market open, but really nothing serious. It seems like it's trying to break and hold past the 680 level. I don't like the way it trades too much. It seems like it trades with a little bit of a spread. Not too bad. This could be some kind of pattern if it continues holding above the 680s. The only issue is that this might have been caused because of the market open, so it could just be extra volatility that led to this breakout, but then it'll just come back. GME is trying to get above 100. It did previously, but it wasn't able to stay above 100. It broke this level of support here at 102. No trades with that, just gonna look at it. And TYME, I like this one the most. This looks like the stock most likely able to make inverse head and shoulders. It's a first day stock. It's not down too much from its highs pre-market. Long-term chart isn't that bad. It looks like it kind of broke out of a range here. Doesn't look too good when we go very far back, but it is very far back, and just out of curiosity, because I did not look. LIZI definitely shows that it can spike, but it doesn't show that it can spike for more than a second day typically, so this might have been a bit of a short squeeze. And AREC is an uptrending stock, but definitely might be struggling with this big volume day, people wanting to sell into the spike. I'll just have to keep looking, but that's the situation I am right now. I like TYME the most. Alright, it is 9:48. TYME is trying to look like it might try to make head and shoulders, which I can't trade because that's a short. But no clear setups with this. Of course, it didn't get to the day high. It could make a nice breakout over the day high and maybe create some kind of a confirmed breakout setup, but none of that so far. LIZI and AREC are doing a little bit of an uptrend. I kind of hesitated to buy, where was it? I think here in the 413s, and I didn't do it. I liked it because it was just putting up higher lows, and then we have a nice level of support at $4. Didn't like it because at the time the volume looked like it was fading. If you take this, all of this from here to the end, it just didn't, it just showed fading volume, which isn't something you want to be long. But the volume came back, continued doing this uptrend, so I'll just have to make an adjustment there. Very volatile, although not much in terms of price action. It just moves a lot. I mean, I would have been in at maybe 413, now at 432, but there was also a drop here to 409. So if I trusted in the setup of it putting up higher lows, I would probably still be long. Maybe I'd sell in the 420s, kind of scared that it won't break this, or definitely maybe right now considering the sell if it won't break this top right here. But that was in and of itself okay setup, not perfect, just higher lows. A second day stock, not a first day stock, but it's not too bad. Yeah. So in GME, I haven't really looked at it. It looked like I put up a head and shoulders here. TYME, I'll just keep looking at it, as well as these other two. I'll take a look at the chat. Not even gonna look at OTCs because I can't trade them, and I, given the bad look that I have right now, maybe I'll see all of the setups work out for OTC. So why bother? It could be a lot worse. So yeah, I'll just keep looking. Okay, it's 9:55. TYME did break out of this intraday pre-market highs, which is pretty impressive. Seems to maybe drop. If it drops to the initial breakout level and kind of holds it in a very good way, maybe uptrending above the breakout level, I will consider a long. Very, very potential long there. I'd want to see the setup play nicer. LIZI started an uptrend. Again, I guess I'm seeing actually a lot of long setups, which is nice. Yeah, same like AREC, just putting up higher lows, although this one got a little more volatile much quickly. AREC is continuing its uptrend. Very choppy, but clearly putting up higher lows. Now trying to stay above this level by breaking past it here. Maybe it'll try again, but yeah, TYME is the one I'm most interested in. If it just wants to base off of 420, maybe make a bull flag, that wouldn't be too bad. I just want to have as much of a good risk reward. I might actually even consider long now because it's a bull flag, potential bull flag for me. The problem is that my risk isn't as good as I want it to be. But sometimes you don't have much of a choice. I'll keep looking, maybe. Alright, 9:58, definitely looking like it's putting up a nice bull flag. Again, wanted to be long in this setup because it breaks past the intraday breakout, but the thing is that the dip here wasn't really close to the breakout level. So when it started putting up like a bull flag around here, I was more hesitant in trading it, just because of the fact that it wasn't really where my risk level I would have liked it to have been. So had I been long here, like at, I have an order, not an order, but was thinking about it at 54. If it dips right here and it kind of goes back to the 380s, that's a pretty massive loss percentage wise. Much more than what I'd want it to be. Then if it were to have just maybe instead of here, the whole setup dipped, here right above 4, that would have made it a pretty good setup. But it did put up this nice candle, a big red candle here, but this thing could definitely continue the bull flag and maybe do another bull flag on top of that. Just a very nice setup. I can't be too hard on myself because I am learning the whole thing with interactive brokers, with the order ticket to the other screen. Because it's going to take me longer to get in a trade, because I'm doing it through the web platform. It's going to make me more picky, picking setups that are actually worth it, and then when I see a setup that's actually worth it, I'll probably be more inclined to trade it, just because of the fact that it's hard for me to find a setup that fits all the criteria I have given what I'm trading with, which is a good thing, or at least trying to make it a good thing. Let's see if it tries to crack this 490 level. That would be impressive if it makes a new breakout from here. Had I bought, would I still be long? I probably would, and I would probably move my risk level to where I bought at 54 at this point. The big fear with this type of setup, if you ask me, is just a big red candle, you know, just wiping you out. And E-Trade Pro, as you can tell, is clearly lagging. See, it already broke out, but you know, when exactly did it do it? I don't know, because E-Trade Pro is definitely lagging. But yeah, I'll keep going at it, and if I have to, you know, if it doesn't work out with E-Trade, maybe Dash Trader, or the platform that Interactive Broker uses is better. If it runs better, I'll definitely just, you know, buy data for that platform and just stop paying for data here at E-Trade. You know, I'm technically paying for this, and not necessarily want to pay for lag. Although the market freezes has moved, it was at the pre-market to, no, it was not pre-market, it was like at the market open where the platform would start lagging the way it is right now. Now it seems to be at around 10 o'clock when the lag shows up. But yeah, that's all I got for right now. I'll keep looking for setups. Very nice higher low setups in a bull flag here, although this one didn't do too good. It wasn't able to get towards 5, but I bet there's a level of resistance probably. If anything, it's just a number 5. Yeah, definitely resistance from here. Didn't even get there. Didn't even get there. Not perfect, but definitely a level of resistance there. Alright, it is 10:04 a.m. LIZI. I could be in one of those dip buys that's, you know, risking off of 720, support. The issue is that it's putting up one of those sketchy triangles. This one failed right here. You know, holding 420. Thought about it a little, but I just felt like it wasn't going to actually do it. I thought it was going to downtrend. The level 2 didn't look that good. Not really looking at GME, although it looks like it's trying to do an inverse head and shoulders. LIZI, the question is it going to hold 720? And I don't think it will. Just because AREC failed to hold at a higher level. TYME is looking, oh, I already did it, but it was looking like a nice, juicy looking head and shoulders to short into. I don't even know if this stock was shortable. For me, technically, I could still trade here with E-Trade. I just can't do a day trade. That's sketchy, you know. Yeah, it has a wick here, but if it still manages to hold, well, I guess it's not good anymore because the wick is lower than this one. Yeah, no setups right now. A bunch of, there were some nice higher low setups, bull flag, and then we have here a failure to hold a breakout level, at least right now. I wanted to trade this even if this works, just because the wick got lower than this one right here. I'll keep looking. Okay, it is 10:14. I missed a very nice setup here with LIZI. I was talking about it. It was very wicky, but once it started putting up these smaller and smaller wicks, even this candle right here, just led to this nice breakout to the 8s. I didn't see this because I went to use the restroom. That's totally fine. You know, I don't know what I did in a past life to be cursed with so much bad luck, but I think I'm paying it off with all this bad luck. So no true setups right now. Really TYME just conflicting. I could try to hold this level here at the, I guess, the 380s if it wants to, or it could make a head and shoulder. So not really something I want to be trading. Yeah, LIZI just a nice breakout holding 720 pre-market highs level. If we go back to a daily chart, it's not really clear resistance or support. It was more like 8 GME is at 92, just putting up lower lows. This is more of a short setup, somewhat of a broken head and shoulders, and AREC continued the uptrend here, but now it's just looking like the volume has definitely dried up for sure. It could reverse pretty easily for this reason. So yeah, no setups right now. 10-16, probably a day of no trades. Don't want to chase anything either. LIZI, just a very nice breakout over this level. I just wasn't here for it because I went to use the restroom. I'll just keep looking in the meantime if there's going to be any more setups or not. If there isn't, that's totally fine. Okay, it's 10:23 a.m. AREC. Yeah, the lack of volume probably led it to stop the uptrend. Put up more of a double bottom instead of a higher low from this level. And yeah, it did a nice crack right here. GME looks like it could do an inverse head and shoulders. Don't really want to trade it though. It's a bit of a sketchy stock. Could very well do a nice head and shoulders though. I think they have news that they appointed some new guy to work with them or something like that. Which would be good for GameStop. You know, can it turn around? Sure, but that's a guessing game. I don't want to trade guessing games. LIZI, I just wasn't there for this. They had a brief dip to the 770s, a new breakout level, not the 720s, but definitely the 770s. It just wasn't there for that. I don't know if I would have traded it even if I was there. Would have really depended on how this candle traded. Very nice breakout right here. Got up to the 878s. You know, that's more than $1 a share. That's pretty impressive. I'll definitely keep looking for setups. Although it's 10:24, I might call it off early. I think this is really just to adjust to the new way I'm going to have to be trading through interactive brokers. You know, I'll just continue going at it. It's not really that bad. After all, you know, it's kind of a scary market to be short. Although TYME did put a nice head and shoulders. The one thing, if I was able to short it though, I might have been a little conflicted because it's an uptrending head and shoulders. We have the low here and then a higher low right here, or maybe if you wanted to base it off of here, you know, that would have been conflicting. It could hold this 360 level, it could consolidate here, it could reverse, it could break it, which would be, you know, more ideal for a short, but you know, it's just not as good because it was an uptrending head and shoulders. So yeah, I'll just keep looking. Probably no trades, just adjusting really. It's not really that bad. Again, short selling, you know, tends to be a bit scary. Even though I feel like I've learned a lot, you know, at the end of the day, I've only done like 98 trades. My whole trading career, you look at all the successful traders, they've traded easily more than 1,000. So I still have a long way to go, which is good. I'd rather it mean that I still have a long way to go, a lot of learning to do, than to learn everything and then still not be profitable. That would suck. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to keep going at it. I'll keep looking, but again, probably not gonna trade, and that's, you know, that's totally fine. Alright, it is 10:55. Yeah, I'm just gonna call it off. I'm gonna just watch trading tickers, not the beginning parts, just all the trades. Just don't want to start from the very beginning where he talks about what a stock is. But all the day trades, you know, that he does, it's just something I think I should practice, rewatch again, and just, you know, when I do get in a setup, I tend to not hold very long, and in that type of, you know, in that DVD he holds trades, you know, for pretty long. I think it'll help me learn a lot. So AREC tried to crack under 4 right here. Wasn't able to do so. It was a pretty nice short if you wanted to consider it, just because of the volume fade right here. I guess from the 420s to 4, not too much, 5% best case, so not really the best trade. Even if I wanted the short, probably wouldn't have traded it. You know, GME took its time. It really did take its time. but it did do an inverse shoulder. I wouldn't have been in this anymore because it just took way too long. It could have easily failed. But here's a shoulder ahead, and then here's a very long, doesn't really go down, just a long thing. Not a perfect shoulder, not really something that downtrended a little, but it kind of held the same level as this shoulder, which I guess is good. 92 to 102, only $10 so far, but it could keep going. LIZI, had that downtrend right here at the previous breakout level that I missed. Broke out, did some, consolidation, a small uptrend, but I've seen these fail consistently. It's one of those failed looking triangle things. So nice crack. Held support here at 8, but it did leave a nice spike as high as the 885 level, which could have been a dip buy, but I wasn't there when that happened, which is fine. Had a nice downtrend. Really just mentally just adjusting to what I'm gonna have to go through. I'm gonna assume that E-Trade does not accept the pardon, and I'm gonna have to go ahead and go with interactive brokers and then apply for a margin account, which I think I should be accepted now. I actually have the qualifications to be accepted for a margin account. I look at the chat, a lot of people are still struggling with E-Trade with orders not being executed. So maybe even if I get accepted, it might be for the better just to go with another broker. As much as I like E-Trade Pro here, I'll probably just use E-Trade Pro for the charts, and I'll just trade off the web platform on interactive brokers, or maybe I'll have their platform open. I just won't use their charts, and I'll use the speed keys there. That's probably the way to go, and then I'll be able to short. Only good setups, of course. But yeah, that's all I got. Just a pretty good trading day. There were plenty of long opportunities. A nice uptrend here. There was a short, not too perfect. I like the uptrend more. Inverse head and shoulders that took a while with GME. LIZI, this one was very nice. Put a higher low here. And then this one was nice here when it held this level, the 720. Started looking nicer here with the wicks. Led to this nice spike, downtrended. Confirmed a breakout over the 760s level. Another spike, cracked this level. Although now, got a bit extended, I guess, for this stock. Didn't go much further, although it did go from 850 to the 880s before it dropped, and it was like a confirmed breakout level. Give or take, the peak right here, uptrending from the 830s to the 890s, and then it dropped, and he was the first actual lower low. Held 8, and it did spike, and then it kind of cracked it. Now it might be a confirmed breakdown. Maybe it'll keep uptrending, consolidating, doesn't matter. Just a lot of good setups. Gonna call it off. It could have been way worse, given what happened. So I'm thankful for that to God, and I'm just gonna have to keep going at it. I'll probably move money to interactive brokers now and start working towards getting a margin account there. I don't feel too bad because the thing with yesterday, it was partly E-Trade, and as I mentioned in the chat, there's still problems with E-Trade executing orders. So yeah, I'm just gonna call it off here. With all in mind, it was a pretty good day. It could have been a lot worse. So yeah, I'll just keep going at it.